This is the Star News Brief. I'm Joely Regi.
The polls agency has begun the recruitment of a substantive chief executive officer and a deputy in line with its preparations for the 2022 general election. This would be the second time the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission would be moving to have the post, currently occupied by Hussein Marjan in an acting capacity, filled substantively. Marjan has held the post in an acting capacity since April 2019. His rise started after he was appointed by IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati as the October 2017 repeat presidential poll coordinator. There are concerns, however, among election stakeholders with the appointment of a CEO barely 8 months before the election date. The Elections Observation Group raised concerns that the new officer could be in office as late as April, considering the lengthy recruitment process and the possibility of a court challenge.
Get a copy of the Star e-paper for only 40 shillings by logging on to www.mgazzetti.com.
Nyakakanya leader Martha Karua has downplayed playing second fiddle to one of the top presidential contenders, even as she faulted the handshake partners for hurrying the passage of the controversial coalition law. At the same time, Karua criticized the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission for failing to engage stakeholders to discuss the 2022 election preparedness. Speaking at the party headquarters in Nairobi on Monday, Karua termed as mere speculation talks of becoming a running mate to either Deputy President William Ruto or ODM boss Raila Odinga. Karua said she is firmly in the race for Kirinyaga governor, but maintained that she will continue engaging in national politics. Recent opinion polls have shown Karua is the most preferred politician from the vote-rich Mount Kenya region to deputize either Raila or Ruto in the polls. Renegade learners who want to disrupt learning in schools should be identified and allowed to go home, Education CS George Magoha has said. He also said school opening dates remain as was earlier announced. Schools will reopen on January 3rd. Magoha on Monday said it is unfair for the whole school to suffer because of a few individuals who are either tired or afraid of staying in school. His statement came as over 10,000 primary school head teachers began their 3-day 17th annual delegates conference on Tuesday at the Sheikh Zayed Hall in Mombasa. The conference, according to KEPSHA chairman Johnson Zioka, will among other things take stock of the competency-based curriculum and assess its success and failures while trying to improve its implementation. Nzioka said this year's meet will focus on issues of school managers' leadership in relation to the crisis. Budget experts have discredited President Uhuru Kenyatta's proposed 26.2 billion shilling economic stimulus program aimed at alleviating the adverse effects of COVID-19 on the economy. The Parliamentary Budget Office says the program has been poorly timed in the wake of the ongoing interventions in the post-COVID economic recovery strategy. There is concern that implementing an ESP while a post-COVID economic recovery strategy is already in the process of being implemented is simply a duplication of efforts, PBO said in its review of the 2022 budget policy statement. Their take is that the economic recovery strategy is supposed to address the same concerns that Uhuru based the ESP on. Lawmakers at the National Assembly have stopped the bid by their Senate counterparts to reintroduce snake bites as among animal attacks to be compensated by the Kenya Wildlife Service. The National Assembly Environment Committee has recommended that the bill setting stage for the compensation be rejected for want of procedure in the first place. The Mara MP Kareke Mbiuki-led team has thus asked members of the plenary to throw out the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill 2020 proposed by the Senate. Senators sought to include poisonous snakes, dangerous snakes, sharks, stonefish, whales, stingrays, and wild pigs in the list of animals whose attacks KWS is bound to compensate victims for death and injury.
Get a copy of the Star e-paper for only 40 shillings by logging on to www.mgazzetti.com.